Hi everybody! Christmas hat, check. Christmas jumper, check. Christmas tree, check. Can only mean one thing. Must be time for our messy church Christmas session. Get comfy, snuggle up. It's going to start today with a story. Today we're going to read The Christmas Promise by Alison Mitchell and Caitlin Eshavy. This Christmas story starts with an angel. Whoosh! He came from God to see Mary, and the angel had a special message. Mary, you're going to have a baby. He will be a special baby. God promised that your baby is going to be king, not for a little time, but forever and ever. He will be a forever king. Mary was going to marry Joseph, so God sent another angel. Whoosh! He came to see Joseph, and the angel had a special message. Mary is going to have a very special baby, the angel said to Joseph. Her baby is going to be king, and he will rescue his people. He will be a rescuing king. God had promised that the new king would be born in a little city called Bethlehem. So that's where Mary and Joseph went. But Bethlehem was very busy, and it had lots and lots and lots of people. So when the baby was born, he had to sleep in a manger. All the other mangers in Bethlehem held food for hungry animals to munch. But this manger held a tiny baby. The shepherds in the field had such a surprise. It was quiet and dark, and the sheep were snoozing, and then, whoosh! An angel popped into the sky. Now the sky was bright. The shepherds were so scared. But the angel had a special message for them. Don't be afraid. I have wonderful good news for you, the angel said. God's chosen king has been born tonight. He's going to rescue his people, just as God promised. He will be the rescuing king. And then lots and lots of other excited angels joined in to celebrate. The shepherds were really excited. They went rushing to see the new king. And there he was, lying in a manger, just as the angel had said. But they weren't the only ones who had heard the good news about the promised new king. Some wise men living far away had also been sent a message. It was quiet, dark. They were watching the stars when whoosh! A new star popped into the sky. The star had a special message. The wise men knew what it meant. A very special king had been born, a king for all of God's people. This child was the promised new king. The wise men were so excited. They went on a long journey to see the new king. And there he was, just as the star had shown them. Everything God promised came true. There are lots and lots of different kings all over the world, but God sent the greatest king of all. He sent a new king, a rescuing king, a forever king. Do you know what this king's name is? His name is... That's right, Jesus. I really enjoyed that story, did you? The Christmas Promise. I loved learning about Jesus being a forever king, a new king, and a rescuing king. And I'm going to try and remember that this Christmas time. I'm going to enjoy opening my presents and eating my Christmas dinner. But I'm also going to try and remember that Jesus is a Christmas present. He's the promise of a wonderful new life, forever, and to be rescued. So now might be a really good time to pause the session and have a look in your bag. See what you'll find. Maybe some colouring, maybe a maze, maybe you'll find dot to dots or a word search. Hopefully everyone's got a book called The Advent Adventure. Loads of activities to do in here. Little snippets of the Christmas story too. And then you might find some stickers. You can make a picture or a card, post it to your friends or family. That'd be lovely. And when you've done all that hard work, you can stop and enjoy a treat. You might find a chocolate angel in your bag. Or some money, chocolate money. Delicious. You might even find a candy cane. And this is really cool because it can also remind us of J for Jesus. I'm going to start on this one in a minute. So pause the video and I'll see you after you've had some craft time. Hi little Christmas elves, you're back. Hope you had fun crafting. Next time we're together, why don't you bring along the things you've made? We'd love to see them. So, carrying on with our session today then, we're going to watch a cartoon now, and it's called It Begins in Bethlehem. It's a nativity rhyme from the Bible Society, and we thank them very much for providing us with this entertainment. Enjoy!
It begins in Bethlehem, a nativity rhyme for Christmas time. A woman called Mary was doing her chores when an angel arrived, but not through the doors. He simply appeared, and she dropped to the floor. "Hello, Mary," he said. "God is with you." "God is with me," she wondered. "But what does that mean? What's this all about? Is it some kind of dream?" The angel just smiled. "Don't be scared. Please don't scream. God is happy with you and will bless you. God knocks down the proud and lifts up the meek, and does mighty things for those who are weak, and blesses the ones whose service he seeks. So sing out his praise. He's amazing. You'll soon have a baby," the angel went on. "A quite special baby called Jesus, God's son. The heir of King David, he'll sit on his throne, and his kingdom will last forever." "But how?" Mary asked. "I don't understand. I'm engaged to be wed, but he's not yet my man." "Trust God," said the angel. "He's got it all planned. His spirit will come upon you." All night Joseph tossed, all night Joseph turned. He just couldn't sleep. He'd only just learned that Mary was pregnant. What's more, she'd confirmed that the baby she bore was not his. "Joseph, don't worry. Joseph, don't weep. Lay down your head and go back to sleep. Mary's been faithful. Her love's strong and deep, and her baby is God's own son. He's the answer to all that the prophets have said, so keep your engagement, be glad, and be wed." And when Joseph woke up, that's just what he did. He took Mary to be his wife. 1 hump, 2 humps. The star watchers watched the stars go by, looking for secrets in the sky. And then they saw a special star away in the west, away off far. "A king's been born, that's what it means, Judea way, or so it seems." They climbed aboard their camely beasts and set off west from their homes back east. 1 hump, 2 humps, lumpity lump. The star watchers went with a bump and a thump. 1 hump, 2 humps, lumpity lump. The star watchers followed the star. At last their journey came to an end. They parked their camels in Jerusalem. Then they went to Herod, king of the nation, to ask him for some information. "O king," they asked, they were quite polite, "somewhere round here on this starry night, a brand new baby king abides. Can you tell us where this child resides?" "Star Watcher's friends," King Herod smiled, "in Bethlehem you'll find the child. Would you tell me where you find him, please? The exact address would put my mind at ease." Herod, of course, told them a lie. He'd already planned for the child to die. When he found the boy, that's what he'd do, so the Star Watchers left without a clue. The shining star led them to the place, a simple house, not some fancy space. And when they saw the little boy, they gave him a pile of special toys. Presents, rather, fit for a king. A bunch of shiny golden things, a spice called myrrh, a sort of perfume, while smelling frankincense filled the room. Then in the night, they had a dream that showed them Herod's evil scheme. So they never said where the boy's house lay, but went straight home by another way. One hump, two humps, lumpity-lump. The Star Watchers went with a bump and a thump. One hump, two humps, lumpity-lump. The Star Watchers followed the star. So what is the point of angels and shepherds and camels and stars, you say? Is it just a nice story to tell to the children to celebrate Christmas Day? It's not just a story. It's not just for kids. It's the hinge on which history swings. That Bethlehem baby grew into a man who challenged all powers and kings. He taught us that love is better than hate, that serving beats being in charge. He showed us the value of each human life, the little as well as the large. And then, on a cross, he died for us all, died to take all our wrongs away, and walked 3 days later right out of his tomb to turn death's dark night to day. And that is the good news the angels proclaimed, the heart of all Jesus would do. A new life for now, a new life forever. That's his Christmas present to you.
That was a fun cartoon, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed it too. I've got a question for you. What will you promise this Christmas time? Our story today was called The Christmas Promise, and we thought about Jesus being a promised present. So, how can we promise to be better people? How can we promise to make our families have a happy Christmas? How can we promise to be really good friends? What will you promise this Christmas time? So I thought we could finish today with a song. We love an action song at Messy Church, don't we? So this one is from HT Kids. They're a church in Cambridge. And their song is called Promises. It fits really well with what we've been thinking about today. Reading our story, The Christmas Promise. Thinking about how we can make promises to have a better and happy Christmas and help all of our friends and family do the same. Thanks to HT Kids for providing us with this really fun song. Do join in, everybody. It's a really catchy one.
You say you are with me every hour and day. I know it's true. You say you will stay the same for now and always. I know it's true. For every breath and rainbow speaks of faithfulness. For you are God, our Father. You are good to us. Your promises stand forever. Your promises I call out to you, I know it's true. You say you will finish what you started in me, I know it's true. Whoa, for every breath and rainbow speaks of faithfulness. For you are God our Father, you are good to us, good to us. Your promises stand forever. Your promises stand forever. We celebrate because your word is true. Yes, you'll never break your promises. Even on the darkest night, you'll shine your light. Even on a hopeless day, your hope remains the same. Even on the darkest night, you'll shine your light. Even on a hopeless day, your hope remains the same. Your promises stand forever. Your promises stand forever. We celebrate because your word is true. Yes, you'll never break your promises. Yes, you'll never break your promises. Yes, you'll never break your promises.
Did you dance? Did you join in? I hope so. We did in my family. That's the end of our Messy Church session today, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's been really lovely to have you. And hopefully very soon we can get back together and really meet. But until that time, we're thinking about you, we're praying for you, and have a very merry and happy Christmas. Bye, everybody.